That is the main reason that I wrote my books the way that I did. I wrote them to be like me, easy on the eyes, and more accessible by more people. So for my sci-fi books, there's this book, and this book. To anyone tuning in, you can find all those books by going to Amazon and searching their titles, or by heading into my profile and clicking the link or the About section on YouTube. Okay, so this book, it's about yay big, versus this book, which was gifted to me by an author friend. It's similar in size and length. And I'm not singling her out because this is the industry standard, but you see how tight those words together and how small the writing is, especially if you have vision impairment or something. Then there's my book. So I write short story novellas, and I try to make them digestible to people that might have vision impairments or tend to prefer something like ebooks. Because in my opinion, nothing beats a physical book in your hand, but as you age, it gets more difficult. So I write short story novellas in my sci-fi books. They are about 206 pages in length, with 14-point font, so it's nice and bold, and 1.25 spacing, so it's not all crunched together. And the main reason for that is because I pulled my audience back in the day when I was much smaller than I am now, but not the point. But even still, to this day, the majority of my audience tends to age 55 years plus. So I pulled them, and I had both the regular book, which was about 150 pages in length, and then the bold font, and they voted. And I sort of showed them screen by screen about the green screen thing, and the overwhelming majority, 89%, voted to have the bolder font. I also write short stories, so you could read this in a night or two. Regardless of your reading skill level and all that stuff, if you're someone that hasn't read a book from high school, it'll leave you feeling accomplished. Because I like episodic things in nature. One of my favorite things growing up was the Telltale video game series and, stuff like that, the Choose Your Own Adventure series, which I might do when I'm done with my current series, maybe. But yeah, anyway, I just think there's a lot of people that gave up on reading, and I disagree. And I like things that are more episodic in nature, so I figured, you know what? If I wanted a book like that, other people probably do too. But not only that, if it can help make things more accessible for people with vision impairments and all that stuff, that's gravy. But for the most part, I like a book that, has big bold font and you can read in a couple nights, maybe. I mean, for me, it'd take me 2 hours to read my own book, but I've already read it 100 times. Anyway, yeah, my books are obviously going to be very episodic in nature, so they are meant to be intentionally vague because they are short stories. And since they're episodic in nature, it's going to be little bits that you get that paint a whole context for a story years down the road, like book 6 or 7, you'll get answers to book 1. That's why in the first 2 books, especially the second book should make no sense to you. The third book, Forever Mortal, will end up making it make a little bit more sense. Then the fourth book, which I haven't written yet, will make the first book, A New Sky, make a little bit more sense. But yeah, just fun little digestible stories that leave you questioning. Because honestly, when I fall in love with a series, the thing I hate most is the resolution. Like, that means it's over. And so my book series, it's never going to end. It's going to be my entire career. And I wrote it in a way that I can skip from genre to genre. Until, I wrote it also in a way that if I do one day get sick of it, I have my out. But yeah, this will be book 4 in the series, and it'll be dark fantasy. Because why not? I'm the author. I get to tell the story. Oh, and just really quickly, the first 3 books, A New Sky, The Lost City, and Forever Mortal, are prequels to the main series. Gods of the Abyss will be book 1 in the main series. All of my books that are part of the main series are standalone books, and they can be read by themselves. You don't need to read any of the rest of my stuff, so if in the future you just see a cover that you like, buy it. You won't need context. And thank you.